Off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
21-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Down by A.J. Klein. A gain of a yard. Brings up
to throw is Jackson. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield.
A loss of 10 yards on the play. It's now third down.
Here's Jackson on third and long. Out to his left. And that is incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
That's about as exciting of a one-yard run as you're going to see, finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it.
1 yard gain brings up second and 9.
Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Allen. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Bills have taken the early lead.
Tyler Bass for the
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The sack there by Trent Murphy. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson from the shotgun. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect. How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Ravens' 25-yard line.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. That is caught at the 7. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Allen on target there to Stephon Diggs. And the Bills will extend their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
He can only get a yard after all that. It's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, it's Jackson. Being chased out left. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now, remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Nothing is the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Ravens nothing.
1st and 10. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's 2nd down.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what?
Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. He's got daylight. 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown.
Number 14.
Stephon Diggs, 88 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. So simple math here in the 1st half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Jackson.
That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2nd-round pick from Ohio State. Here's J.K. Dobbins.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
I can certainly tell my age, partner, because when I was a kid, running backs like J.K. Dobbins with over 2,000 yards in their final season in college, they went early in the draft. Instead, he somehow lasted until the 2nd round. But how great is it to get a guy with that ability who can run it inside, run to the perimeter, and catch the football in the backfield? To be able to get...
The ball comes out. Now this is picked up by the Bills.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at Bill Stadium in upstate New York.
A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs.
To kick off for Buffalo.
And we are underway in Buffalo. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell.
And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he's got this up to about the 34-yard line.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
The first down, Chiefs.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had the big play in the run game the play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and we are at Bill Stadium in upstate New York.
The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And we are underway in Buffalo. Fielded in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Crowd getting in it a bit already. Here's an early 3rd and 10. Now it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Devin Singletary with his first start as he'll get this one out near the 35. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On the pickup, it's 2nd and inches.
Here's Allen to throw it. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Oh, he shifts past him, and he is out of bounds inside the 30. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
He'll buy some time right. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun, Allen escaping the pressure right. He's going deep for Brown. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They do go for it. Here's Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
They'll take over
first quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On third down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
A gain of 9 yards.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up second.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. His throw caught at about the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Goal, Pittsburgh.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
They'll look to run with Connor. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. Second effort there. He was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
Picked off at the 18, and they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D lineman, you play the run. Linebacker.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Touchdown.
James Conner with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Steelers 21, Bills nothing. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Bills take over 1st and 10.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd down.
They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Buffalo Bills.
Here's Singletary. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, Allen.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
A throw over the middle taken in. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Allen. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Allen's throw is complete. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
10 at the 26-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Allen. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
2nd and 5 at the Steelers' 20-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.